Thursday, October 9th is the Fisherman Magazine's fishing show at the Hilton in Melville, Long Island. Doors open 5 p.m. and the first 600 through the door get a bag full of fishing gear worth more than a $20 admission. Inshore, offshore, surf, we cover it all. Fishing seminars from the Sharpies. Great deals on tackle. A giant raffle. You don't want to miss out. Contact the Fisherman at 631-345-5200. See you there.
Got a whole bunch of stuff here in this week's weekly video fishing forecast. We're going to have the Around a Map segment that you guys love every week. Bunch of events going on around the island, some upcoming this week as well. Going to want to tune in for that. Our correspondents, they check in from all corners of the island with their fishing reports, the latest that's been going on around the island. Go over the show one more time. That is tonight. What you can expect, speakers, etc. Tune in for that. We also have a preview of the weekly issue of the Fisherman Magazine that came out on Monday. And we have a rundown on the tog season that is opening up this weekend.
The ultimate fishing authority in the Northeast, the Fisherman Magazine.
New Explore Series fish finders keep you locked on fish with unbeatable clarity, best-in-class imaging options, and a stunning ultra-bright HD screen. There's more to explore, only with Humminbird.
Today's date is October 9th, 2025, and I hope a lot of you had this date circled on your calendars because it is a big night for the Fisherman Magazine. From 5 to 10 o'clock tonight, we are going to be having our Surf Inshore Offshore and Seminar at the Hunting Hilton. That's 598 Broad Hollow Road. It is in Melville. Remember that the first 600 through the door are going to get a nice tackle package in your bag, a bunch of different stuff. It varies as the next 100 goes along. So the closer you are in the front of the line, the more you're going, the nicer stuff you're going to get. Also, there's a big raffle at the end of the night, lots of great prizes. So you do want to stick around to the end of the night for the raffle drawing at 9:30. Also, there's going to be a bunch of speakers at the event as well. Let's run through them quick. We have Bill Wetzel with October and November's full run strategies. John Padawano on a snap jig overview with a Q&A. I'm going to be doing a seminar on shore-bound tog fishing from setups to spots. John Skinner is going to be doing his seminar on light tackle full tog jigging from a boat. Pete Uchig is going to be doing a surf casting seminar on little changes for big results for stripers. Bryce Porter is going to be doing his offshore seminar on kicking off the tuna season. Dave Anderson will follow up with a surf spot schematic seminar. And then Dean Lambros and Joey Foss from the Canyon Runners will be doing a 2026 offshore playbook.
Introducing the Yak Attack Sandrig Surf Cart, the ultimate beach hauler for serious anglers. Glide effortlessly over soft sand with wide balloon wheels and lightweight, corrosion-resistant construction that's completely customizable with options. Whether it's rods, coolers, or tackle, haul it all with ease. Built by surf fishermen and engineered by Yak Attack.
The 2025 Fred Galifaro Memorial Montauk Classic took place this past weekend from Friday through Sunday. It's a great event, big turnout. A lot of people down there, smiling faces. I appreciate all you coming down there and doing the tournament once again. I want to say thank you to State Parks. Thank you to Montauk Anglers Club for being another co-sponsor of the tournament and being the weigh station. Let's get into the results. It was a great day, a lot of fishing, a lot of fish caught. For the bluefish category, we have first place, Rashice Smith, 7.8 pounds. Second place, Michael Audio, 6.3 pounds. Third place, Michael Marone, 6 pounds. For the striped bass category, Frank Mercurio took the honors again this year with a 45-incher. Second place was Albert Rodriguez with a 44.25-incher just behind Frank. And then third place was Brian Lang with a 42-inch fish. Quality fish all around. I heard the fishing was very good on the sand beach for the tournament. Lots of nice quality striped bass came up. There's a lot of 40-inch, high 30-inch class as well fish. Once again, I want to thank everybody who participated, Montauk Anglers Club, all the folks from State Parks, all the corporate sponsors as well. Looking forward to the South Shore Classic coming up soon.
At the edge of Long Island, where the ocean meets tradition, Montauk Anglers Club can be your boat's home and your gateway to legendary fishing. Whether you're a pro or just casting your first line, this is where memories are made. Join Montauk Anglers Club, where the catch of the day is just the beginning. Or go to montaukanglersclub.com for more information.
All you tigers out there, I'm one myself. I know you guys are excited. I know I am. Blackfish season opens up on Saturday. I know I'm going to be out there on the North Shore Saturday because the season opens up. That's the 11th. The regulations on the North Shore are going to be 3 fish at a 16-inch minimum size. And the NY Bight, which is also the South Shore, the line is at Orient Point going straight across. So anything in Maccain Bay, South Shore of the island, West End, Central, East End, Montauk, that's all South Shore regulations. That is going to be 4 fish per person at 16 inches as well. Going to go fishing Saturday, I think. I'll tune in next week. I'll let you guys know how I do. Good luck to all you tigers out there.
For more than 20 years, anglers everywhere have come to know one thing, that nothing says no to fish bites.
As you may have noticed, Rich Von Owen is not on the weekly video fishing forecast anymore. It's been a while. It's been because WPDE in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, has scooped him up to be the meteorologist. They picked a great guy. We want to thank Rich for giving his weather and fishing reports here at the Fisherman magazine for a while now. Good luck, Rich, and we are going to miss you. Taking a look at the weather for Friday and Saturday, it's looking good on the North Shore and the South Shore, but beware come Saturday afternoon, we will have approaching northeast winds heading our way right into Sunday and into the Monday holiday. Looks like maybe a blowout, but we never know, this stuff does change. Remember, it's always the best to check your latest weather forecast from the National Weather Service before heading out there on the water. With that being said, the Harbor Crab Striped Bass Tournament will be taking place this Monday, weather pending, of course. It's still going on as of now. Harbor Crab is right behind me. Sign up for the tournament. You get the open bar, the buffet. It's going to be Calcutta prizes, cash prizes. It's a good time. There's going to be some live music there as well. Come on down if you're not doing anything Monday. Participate and check it out. The Fisherman magazine now has an Offshore Report. The link is in the description and in the card above. Let's take a look at what you can expect in this week's digital edition of the Fisherman magazine. Our surf column, prep for surf success with your leaders. Inshore, jigging the October migration. Offshore, trout plug-in. And then our freshwater column is true balanced fly tackle. On this week's open boat, the Super Fluker Winner Circle season finale is here. Winners submitted their biggest flukes, showcasing incredible skill. The recap was a success. Thanks to all participants that did participate. That concludes the 2025 fluke season. Now it's time for stripers or blackfish until the fluke return.
We got a drum roll for the Winner Circle Part 4. Hey guys, welcome to this week's Open Boat. I'm your host, Jenie Ackerman, and you already know what we're talking about today. It is mid-October, but we are still reveling in how good the 2025 fluke season was by sharing the Super Flukers Challenge Winner Circle of the biggest fluke submissions. So let's get into it. I'm so excited to see what size fluke you guys caught and, you know, just revel in big fish, doormats, wiping our feet on doormats. So let's get into it. Starting off with Dennis Lott. He sent me this nice one here, and he says that this fish was caught on the Ocean City Reef, and it weighed 5.25 pounds and was 24.5 inches long. So that's Dennis's first one, but wait, there's more. Dennis sent us in more flukes. Here we have Dennis again, who said caught these two behind Brigantine in June. One was 23 inches and the other one was 22.5. So congratulations, Dennis. Those are all of those were excellent flukes. And take notice, we were talking about patterns of where these fish were caught. He said they were caught in the back. So, you know, back bay fluking, you know, don't diss it. Go give it a shot. Here we have Ken Wong with a nice fluke that he caught this past 2025 season. And then we have Tom and his father out here slaying the flukes. They have two very nice fluke here, and Tom says we got a stiff competition, so we got to look at the pictures back to back, because Tom says that it's his father and him, and one of the flukes was 25 inches and the other one was 25 and a half, both caught in the Manasquan River. So looking at the picture, father and son competition, who do you think caught the 25 and who do you think caught the 25 and a half? So it's like, who gets the bragging rights? But I think whoever gets the bragging rights is whoever, paid for gas and filleted those fluke for you. But both of those are excellent, excellent fish right there. So congratulations, Tom and Dad. Moving on, we have Tom Smith with a nice fluke here, and he says that this is his nephew. So Tom Smith sent in a photo of his nephew. He caught this fluke on a charter out of Keyport, and they caught it in Raritan Bay. And I believe he said that this was 30 and a half inches, this fluke. So that's a big fluke right there. Moving on to more big fluke, we have Adam Geist with a weigh-in picture here with this fluke. I believe that's an 11 pounder. Yes, it is. And Adam says that he was fishing with our usual crew with Captain Nick and Rod on lock and load. And those guys are definitely locked in. So out of Shark River yesterday when he caught his personal best fluke, 11 pounds on the die, yes. And he even said that after weighing her and taking a few pictures, I sent her back to make more baby fluke. So thank you, Adam, for showcasing catching and releasing big fish. That's important for every single species. And, little side note, sometimes big fish don't taste as good as the little keepers, so food for thought. But congratulations, Adam. That is an awesome fish of a lifetime, and thank you so much for releasing it, because big fish equal more babies for us to catch in the future. Next up, we have Bill Nelson, all smiles with his nice fluke, and he said that he caught this biggest flounder this season was a 22-incher. Dinner for 3, caught on his boat off of Cape May, on the Cape May side of the Cape May Inlet, just as the rocks start from the harbor. And he said that his wife thought he had another snag, and he goes, what a tasty snag that was, and shares a picture of his nice fluke dinner. It's making me hungry. I could go for a fluke sandwich right about now, all this talking about fluke. And then this was a really interesting submission. I was very intrigued, and I'm gonna definitely try this next year. Submissions from Darren Tremmel. So here he is holding a fluke, traditional like shield style. You hold the fluke out front of you like you're holding a shield. And he says that here are some of his 2025 fluke photos. He says he's been experimenting, and you're gonna see it here right now, with the sideways shot for all the naysayers who claim the fish looks bigger and then you're holding it out in front of the camera. LOL, he says. So you can definitely see holding the fish sideways, like you can see the length, and there's no way a naysayer could be like, oh, you're holding the fish out too far. When you can see its side profile and see the length it truly is, that's interesting. It's a good little experiment. So if you guys are getting bothered by people in your comments with questioning how big the fluke is, maybe try this next season to kind of silence the haters, Moving on, we have Ferris Cody with 2 flukes. Ferris is from Quincy, Massachusetts, but he took a trip with his family down to Wildwood, and his mother sent this in. He's 12 years old, and he was super psyched to get his first catch of the summer. So congratulations to Ferris. He had a 23 and a 21 incher. So that is absolutely awesome, and that's one way to share an awesome summer trip, back to school. Now that you're back to Massachusetts, saying, hey, I caught 2 nice doormats down in Wildwood. What did you do this summer? So moving on, we have a submission from, his name is Patrick. He's submitting pictures of his father, Hans, who caught a 24-inch fluke on the mid-island of LBI on one summer Friday in August. And listen, for a Friday in the summer, that beach looks not super duper packed, which is, you know, nice to see, nice relaxing, you know, almost local summertime, you know. But he's got, I love Hans' shirt in this picture. It's just your classic fishing shirt, you know, like a good meme of let's move to another spot and the fish are just right underneath you, just looking at you like, what are you doing? But it's a really, really nice fluke too, nice taped out, and nice color on them too. I love seeing the nice light color flukes when they're caught. So next up, we have Jim Bloomkey with a jumbo in a tote. Just look at this picture real quick and just like look at the mouth on it. It's open, like look at the size of it, and even the tail too. You just tell from this picture this is a big fluke. And Jim says that he weighed in this fluke, it came to 11.735 pounds, caught part of a limit on a 3/8 ounce bucktail, and then he weighed it in at a shop at Moriches Bay. So that's a really nice fluke too. Big fluke on a light tackle setup. So congratulations, Jim, on that one. Next up, we have Robert the Mailman Mitchell with his fluke submissions. He's got two here, and he says he has a 30-incher and a 25-inch fluke, and in his email he goes, sweet. So that is really awesome. Congratulations, Robert the Mailman Mitchell. Keep on catching big fish every season as it comes through. And last but not least, we have Tyler Lombardo with a 26 and a 23-inch fluke caught this past summer, and that puts a ribbon on the 2025 Super Flukers Challenge. You guys did it. Congratulations to everyone who caught. Keep on bringing that positive fish catching energy into the fall and into the winter, because you know there's species to catch in the winter too, Blackfish. So you can tell what I'm looking forward to coming up. But congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much for even participating. I look forward to every episode dropping and then just my inbox blowing up with people sending me emails of their fish. I look forward to it. It's very exciting for me to see. And we're gonna continue on with this in the summer, and we're gonna continue on with it starting next week. We're probably gonna start another fall run striper challenge. So stay tuned. I will catch you guys on next week's Open Boat. And once again, thank you all for sharing. And just, I really appreciate it. So I'll catch you guys on next week's Open Boat.
Now it's checking with the upcoming events from around the island. Starting off tonight, October 9th, from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. is the Fisherman Surf Inshore Offshore Fishing Show and Seminar. Hope to see you there. Then October 10th to October 12th is the Crazy Alberta Benefit Surf Tournament. The Harbor Crab Generations Bass Tournament will be taking place October 13th. That's right behind me at the Harbor Crab. Corker's Cup Gathering of the Anglers Tournament is going to be taking place from October 17th to October 19th. The Town of Babylon Surf Fishing Cup is going to be October 31st to November 2nd. And November 1st is Toomey's 12th Annual Striped Bass Tournament in Amityville. The Captain's Evening will be Thursday, October 30th. It's a big party afterwards at the tavern. And for all the details and the latest events, visit thefisherman.com/events. You know, I'm really loving these Captain Al Lorenzetti stories. Really great stuff Al's talking about here. I suggest you guys tune into this story. He's got another one for us.
I got a Captain Al story. This is the way back machine. My first offshore trip, probably 10 years old. So we're talking here 1957. Offshore, the NA buoy was like the end of the earth. You didn't have to go far. My buddy, and my father's buddy, Jerry, he had a nice boat. wooden boat, lapstrake, but he had twin engines. And he was like the offshore fisherman. Back in those days, the NA buoy, that was like the end of the earth. That stands for NA, Nantucket to Ambrose Lightship zone, where you have eastbound and westbound freight traffic separated. So anyway, we see the buoy. He goes, all right, put the lines in the water. We put Jap feathers, cedar plugs, all rigged on wire. When you rig a bait with wire about a foot above, you bend the wire, put a little angle in it, and that makes the lure bounce around and looks very attractive. Well, the lines weren't in the water 5 minutes. We had fish on. Bluefin tuna, 20 to 30 pounds. Maybe we had a couple of bigger ones, maybe. Hard to remember, it's so long ago. So we caught a pile of fish. We had probably 15 or 20 in the boat. It's getting like 11 o'clock. Jerry says, that's it, guys, we're done fishing. He shuts down the motors. We could see the buoy. We start cleaning fish. They're cleaning fish. We're eating lunch. And Jerry goes, take a look over the side. I look over the side, and there are sharks. Had to be 30 of them. You know, back in the day, I couldn't tell you now, they were probably blue sharks, brown sharks, whatever. And then finally he goes, whoa, boys, look out. I remember seeing this thing. It had to be 12, 14 feet long, monster shark. Had to be a great white back in those days. He goes, that's it, guys. Boom. And he had twin engines. Started them up. You go, we're heading home. And that was my first offshore trip. Very memorable.
In the famed waters of Panama awaits a fishing experience like no other. Tropic Star Lodge welcomes anglers to get in on world-famous fishing action. Plan your perfect trip today. Tropic Star Lodge, the ultimate in fishing adventures for more than 60 years.
Let's get the latest from the Dreamboat and the Coastal Kayak Clash.
Here are the entries for the week ending on October 8th in the Fisherman's Dreamboat Fishing Challenge. New England subscriber Gregory Brennan from Wakefield, Rhode Island with his third entry on the board of a weakfish weighed in at Quaker Lane Bait and Tackle at 5.42 pounds, placing him 7th in the weakfish category, which earns him a spot on the leaderboard. Next, from Jersey City, New Jersey, we have New Jersey subscriber Amir taking first place in the bluefish class with a 16.5 bluefish weighed in at Bayonne Bait and Tackle. The leaderboard is looking like this. Thomas Luciano still occupies first with 20 points. Rashawn Williams holding second at 16 points. And taking third is Gregory Brennan with 15 points.
It was a slower week in the CKC with only 2 fish entered, but one of them made some waves at the top of the tournament. The first fish was a 23 3/4 inch tog, landed by Tom Hood, which puts him in second place for the Blackfish category. And then we had a 26.5 inch albie, entered by Mike Radzizewski, which now holds second place in the hardtail category and shaves a single point off Dustin Stevens' tournament leading score. That 1 point pushes Dustin out of the top spot for the first time since May. The top 3 now looks like this. We have Bob Wagner in third place with 5 points, and Dustin Stevens and Rotha Nong in a virtual tie with 6 points apiece. The tiebreaker is Rotha's 49.5 inch striped bass, netting him the top spot with less than 2 months to go.
Please read all the rules carefully and fill out your entry forms completely. That includes the length and girth measurements on all fish submitted. Now let's go to our Around the Map segment. Starting off on the south shore of the island, Joe Colarusso checked in. He was fishing a weed line 15 miles south of Fire Island Inlet. Caught this giant mahi, 46 inches. Didn't get on the scale, but he guessed about 30 pounds or so. Really nice fish. Caught on a spro, tipped with a 5-inch squid strip. Then Rob Perfetto, junior and senior, had their limits of fluke. Really nice quality fluke right here, and a big triggerfish. Fishing aboard the Fish Finder 2 out of Capt. On the west side of the island, Raph checked in, said the weakfish bite has been insane. Fished with Captain Vinny from Karen Ann Charters in Jamaica Bay the other day. He told me they had over 40 nice-sized weakfish, including several jumbos. It started to slow up with the tide, but they were hitting doubles and triples almost every drift, which is insane. Live peanut bunker was the trick. He also said this bite has been going on about 2 weeks. They had about 20-plus weakfish about 2 weeks ago. He noted that it's great to see them making a comeback, and Jamaica Bay has been on fire with the weakfish as well as the bluefish. Moving on to the north shore of the island, Denise Ellers shows off a pair of weakfish caught in the Crane's Neck area. Obviously, the limit is one per person. The other one was caught by her husband, Bob, who is behind the camera. Mike and Andrew also got in some good bonito action on the central north shore of the island. That was on Sunday. Multiple double headers caught. Nice job, guys. And on the surf, the bite has turned on. Anywhere from Montauk, as you can tell, the Montauk Classic. There are multiple fish in the 40-inch class. I'm getting reports from my friends as well, all my contacts at Southampton Stretch, Shinnecock, Cupsog, Robert Moses, Cedar, going down to the west end. Lots of striped bass moved in during the past blow. Fish up to 30 pounds or so, but a lot of them, they've been hitting at certain points of the tide. I heard they're on sand eels. I heard there was some bunk around, but a lot of these fish are on sand eels. So think slim profiles, needlefish, diamond jigs, SP minnows, stuff like that. Again, certain points of the tide, but if you can hit the tides right, there's been a lot of fish around. I suggest fishing the higher points of the tide on the beach. Here's one right here from Brennan Selly, 35-pound striper on the Southampton Stretch that was caught last week. Lots of fish like this coming up, smaller ones as well in the 20-pound class. Get out there right now. They're moving in. Some big fish to come as well. I suggest you get out there now while the bite is hot. And if you do have a notable catch, email me at mbroderick@thefisherman.com. I'll try and get into the weekly video fishing forecast or the magazine. Now it's checking with our correspondents from around the island. And remember, if you do want to jump to a specific report, select the chapters feature on YouTube to do so.
Greetings everybody, coming to you from a town called Utrecht in the Netherlands this week. The report for this week is fishing still going pretty good. So there's good news coming from the beaches. Some guys are starting to pick away at some nice striped bass on the southern beaches and even around the corner on the north side of the lighthouse. So that should keep improving as the fall kicks in. False albacore fishing is still going really well. We're still seeing huge numbers of false albacore on basically both tides, which is good. Hopefully they'll stick around, providing there's not too much bad weather and drop in the temperature, because there's plenty of bait. The offshore is still going well, except because of the good weather, it's been tough on the weekends because the fish bite gets driven down by all the boats. But if you're out there on the week, the yellowfin bite is apparently off the charts. I'd like to give Chris Carney a good congratulations on catching a giant the other day. I got a picture of that. And everything should keep on track here as long as we don't get too many storms in the next couple weeks. So everybody get out, keep fishing. Blackfish is going to open up soon. Looking forward to that as well. And we'll talk to you soon. See you next week from back in Montauk.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, everyone. Well, bass are here, just not a whole lot of them, or they're doing a pretty good job of hiding. It seems to be, a couple of bodies of fish moving in and out of Shinnecock and Mauritius Inlet. Some of the boat guys have gotten on them, drifting bunker and also using live spots, but there are a lot of bluefish around, so that can be kind of a pricey outing if you're using the spots. Surfcaster have gotten a few in the inlets as well. There have been some catches on the open beach, but just not that lights out fishing that we had basically this time last year. So with this nor'easter coming, could definitely change everything up, and we could be into a wild bite. And unfortunately it seems like it's not going to be a steady bite, but we could have a couple of weeks of real lights out fishing, after the storm, and some of the fish should be chewing beforehand. Kind of the only game in town right now for inshore. There are some albies that have been popping up outside of Mauritius over the weekend and just a couple of days ago, so you can still chase those. For those getting all the way out, which with this storm coming, it probably isn't a possibility, but pretty good tuna fishing way out in the canyon. My brother-in-law, Pete Sequest, and my nephew, Peter Finn, got it done with their buddy with the commercial license going for giant bluefin. So it's psyched to get the report on that. And some yellowfin also they're still chewing. May not be as sustained for hours as it has been, but some pretty good sessions going on where it's a quick hit. Double, tripling up, and, some pretty good sized fish. So still a bunch of stuff going on. Definitely get out there and fish. and hopefully these bass want to put on a show like they did last year for us very soon. All right, back to you, Matt.
Fire Island report, things are heating up. Striped bass fishing is now getting good. A lot of fish coming down the beach. A bunch caught inside on bait and plugs. So that would be my primary focus. There's a lot of bluefish around. Bottom fishing still very good. Lots of blowfish. Load up on them for the winter, freeze them up. Great food. Fluke fishing is going to end on the 15th. There's still a couple around, a couple of big ones. And then, and also Blackfish season is going to open on the 15th, so get geared up for that. All right. That's about it for this week, Matt. Weather looks pretty tough. Looks like Friday, Saturday, fishable, and then after that, it's done with the storm. So that's it. We'll be in touch. Talk to you next week.
Hello, Matt. Well, this has been an interesting week as far as the weather goes. It's been very, very nice weather-wise, but we're also fighting the drought. On Saturday, I guided Saturday and Sunday this past week, and on Saturday I had Kathy, and we did okay. We caught fish. We had 3 or 4 to the hand and lost a couple, but the bottom line is it's low. The water's low and warm. We did get some rain this week on Wednesday, which is good, but not enough. We need really days of rain to get into the aquifers. On Sunday, I had Lisa and her husband Dave, and unfortunately, there again, water was very low, even lower than Saturday, and warmer, and the day was warm. We did have fish. We did have hits. We did land a couple. We did land some, but it wasn't gangbusters, not by any shapes and means. But as far as upstate, same thing. Low water. The Salmon River, very low water. The salmon are in there, but they're skittish, and it's tough fishing. We need rain. We need rain. The whole Northeast needs rain. Saltwater fishing is a little bit different. I've been hearing great things about the albacore. There again, Montauk is the place to be, but they're working their way west. Stripers are also showing up in the surf. Montauk had a good run of stripers, some good sized one. I've been hearing from Van, who's been fishing on the South Fork. He's also had some nice stripers in the surf. It's starting to happen, and if the weather holds up, well, it's going to be a great fall. At least I predict that. But otherwise, it's been an interesting week. I hope to get out. I'm actually on my way. It's false dawn, as you can see right now. I woke up and I said, you know what? I'm going to go do an hour or two down at the Jones Beach area. And of course, if I have any luck, I'll put a photograph in. But we'll see. Now, hopefully tonight, I'm going to see everybody over at the Fisherman's show over in the Huntington in Farming on Belleville. It's tonight, 6 o'clock. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to see you there. I'll be tying flies, and hopefully we're having a good time. So until next week, tie lines, everybody.
Thanks, Matt. Hey guys, Ryan here with your Western Long Island Surf Fishing Report. Quality wave of big striped bass moved into our waters over the last week. The fall migration is officially underway. The night tides and early mornings have been producing best for me so far. The fish are responding well to swimming plugs and darters on the beaches and in the inlets. I landed my biggest bass of the season over the weekend, coming in at just over 28 pounds. While it has been a decent start to the run, the fishing is not lights out quite yet. You definitely need to work for them and cover some ground. Spearing seems to be the predominant bait right now in the area. I haven't seen any signs of sand eels yet, but there have been some big shad cruising the surf in the mornings. I am hoping the bass are going to show some more consistency in the coming weeks as the fall migration progresses. Until then, that's it for me, guys. Best of luck out there this week, tight lines, and I'll catch you guys next week. Back to you, Matt.
All right, everyone, checking in from Fishing Atlantic this week. The fall run is here. Happy October. We have so much planned for this month. And starting with my costume, you already know we have our annual Blackfish trip coming up at the end of this month, October 26th on the Gypsy. The biggest Blackfish, one lucky winner will win over $5,000 cash, and everybody that wears a costume will win a prize. So now is the time to have some fun, get involved, and if you're not signed up, it's not too late to get involved and cash in on the fall run. We have the whole fall ahead of us. Fishing is picking up. Stripers and Blackfish are in the bay, and we still have tuna reports coming in. Shout out to our member Ryan, who caught a yellowfin tuna over the weekend, as well as one of our members, Val, caught a nice mahi, as well as an albie out by the windmill. So good fishing still going on in our areas and offshore. And yeah, now is the time to be involved. Yeah, back to you.
Well, that's the report for the week, folks. Thank you for tuning in to the weekly video fishing forecast. Hope you get out there fishing this weekend. I hope tonight to see you at the Fisherman event. It's going to be a great event. We got a lot of seminars, vendors, giveaways, raffles, goodie bags, a lot of good stuff going on. I'm going to be there giving my talk as well, along with 7 other seminars. So if you want to learn something, come on down, sit in on a seminar, buy some tackle, support your local businesses. Fishing's been great too. Surf bite for all you surf casters out there. Fish are moving in on the South Shore. A lot of nice striped bass and bluefish as well in the mix. Boat fishermen also. Last shot on the fluke season. That closes up early next week. So get in on that as well. There's been some fluke around also. They're picking away at them right by the inlets. We hope to see you next week with more reports and more from around the island.